Good morning, people. My name is Dr. Joyce Alberts, clinical psychologist based in North Canterbury, South Island, New Zealand. I've been sharing some videos explaining why I've been interested and why I've been following the Maya Kowalski Trial. That's just reached, the jury's just reached their verdicts over in the United States. I actually got up at 10 to 5 this morning, that's New Zealand time, so 4:50 a.m. to watch the live feeds that were coming through YouTube. I particularly watched the feed coming through Recovery Addict. He's a YouTuber that posts live video giving commentary and engaging with qualified and experienced lawyers who discuss cases, discuss points of the trial and points of law. So if you haven't heard, the jury has found in favour of Maya and her family on all counts. As we speak, the punitive phase of the trial has begun, and that is where both sides are presenting arguments either for and against the jury to find additional charges, if you like, or penalties against John Hopkins All Children's Hospital for their failure in the care of Maya and their contribution to the subsequent loss of Maya's mother, Beata. So it's been an intense morning. The lessons learnt for me in particular, and I want to talk about those in more depth in subsequent videos that I will put together, but in particular it has been around watching the family as the verdicts came out, and each time the answer was yes. So the question being, for example, did the jury find that John Hopkins Hospital had failed in its care of Maya? Answer being yes. There was a visible and audible reaction from Maya, her brother and her father, when the jury answered yes to questions such as, did they find that the paediatrician, Dr. Sally Smith, had, if you like, failed in her duty of care? And the answer was yes. Again, visible reactions. When the jury answered yes to the questions, had the social worker, Kathy Beattie, committed acts of battery by hugging, touching, patting and kissing Maya? And the answer was yes. Again, visible reactions. My take on that was this was about a young girl, Maya, being heard, her young brother, Kyle, being heard, her father, Jack, being heard. That the jury of their peers listened to all of the evidence, weighed up all of the evidence, and found that what Maya had stated happened to her, what Jack, her father, stated had happened. The jury said, yes, we find that there is evidence to support that. Of course, there's going to be ongoing argument and debate and discussion, and people will have their varying viewpoints. But there were some very interesting points that came up in the trial around responsibility, and as an organisation, responsibility for staff who act as agents on behalf of the organisation. What other steps could or could not have been taken to have prevented this? And of course, the monetary value attached to the findings of the jury and the charges that were laid. My understanding, as is often in this case, not because I'm an expert in law, but just from what I read in newsprint and in various media, is that these cases often go to appeal and could drag on for years and years. My hope and wish is that regardless of the monetary outcome of this case, that Maya and her brother Kyle and her father Jack have been validated. They have been affirmed that what they said they experienced was found to be the case. My hope is that through this they find healing, that they find a way to move forward, and that they're not dragged through further litigation, through appeal after appeal, by an organisation that a group of people, group of lay people, have found were at fault. Both the organisation, its structure, its policies, and the way staff acted on behalf of the organisation. They failed in the care of Maya. And if you might recall, as at the tragic loss of Beata, one of her final messages was, please take care of Maya. John Hopkins All Children's Hospital and their staff, not all their staff, but the key staff who were named in this trial, failed to take care of Maya. Wishing Maya and her family all the best.